Hello everyone, LRon here with part 56 of my Minecraft 123. So, yeah, basically the TLDR from the end of the previous video was this place is time consuming to get to, and when we're enchanting and experience farming and stuff, we probably don't want to waste several minutes getting here, several minutes getting back to the farm, and we can't move the farm because we can't move the spawners, so we have to instead move the place that the enchanting takes place. Which basically means this place becomes obsolete for its original intended purpose. I'll still end up continuing to construct the place at some point, but it's no longer a high priority given the fact that it has been rendered obsolete of its original function. But on the upside, that means now we have an enchanting table that's, less than a minute away from our home base, because our experience farm is less than a minute from our home base. Um, it might be about a minute from our home base if we were going completely on foot, but I do, spoiler alert, end up making a powered mine cart system to get us to and from. And in case you've forgotten where this is all taking place, remember that abandoned mine cart system, or the abandoned mines that we explored and then got lost in, and then eventually made a trap door that went all the way up to the top of a hill? It's that place. I end up claiming the zombie spawner and the two spider spawners that are kind of close to each other. Um, yeah, the spiders are kind of a zoo. I was a bit more reckless in their creation of it, and the spiders are more deadly given the fact that they seem to spawn faster. They move faster once they spawn for sure. And they've got that poison factor, so having one of them around is far more dangerous than having 20 zombies around. And then also there are two spawners, so when I open the floodgates and shit hits the fan, I had twice as many things spawning on me. And but yeah, I'm having some fears that trying to route one of them into the other and then having it go to a common output is not really working out. So in the next cohort, if I feel so bold, I may end up divorcing those two spider things from each other and having them be independent locations. And then I decide to replant the melons based on new knowledge. Basically, the melons can choose to go to any one legal spot. And I thought we needed to have all legal spots available. So basically, by giving them only one option, they're always going to do the same exact thing no matter what. So moving them to the side just makes sense. Alright, so there's our zombie spawner, there's one of our spider spawners, and I think this little dark area is in the jurisdiction of one of those two spawners, and that ends up biting us in the butt later. I think there ends up being a pretty dark spot that ends up being annoying, and skeletons are coming out of random places. Eventually I'll seal that up, but for some reason I'm not doing that right now, and archers are still shooting at me, but I don't think I figured out the source of that one. But in any case, here we are. It might be a bit foolish of me, but for the bulk of the creation of the zombie trap, I do end up going at regular speed instead of 4x. But for the spiders, I'll only make it nice and slow when there's clear and present danger, and that's not even a big promise there as well. I'll probably even speed up in the course of that as well. Because, um, to be frank, the zombie one had a lot more thought put into it. It's kind of more of a traditional approach, and I think I kind of freelanced the spider one a bit too much, and certainly the whole having two spawners feed into a central dumping pool ended up being a bad design choice. Um, Especially since I was careless about where things were dumping to relative to each other and stuff. So I think ultimately what ends up happening is all the spiders end up climbing on the walls and deciding not to go into the water and get flowed through. Um, but then, if I position myself near the dumping ground for the one, then the spiders are going to be attracted to me, so they're going to go into the water to get swept away to me, because they naturally want to find me and destroy me. Um, which they could if I position myself poorly, even in the safety of the traps settings. But after getting hit once, it's pretty obvious that you need to move out of the way, and all is good. And you're pretty much guaranteed to only get hit once, and by one spider, given the fact that we've got a nice little um, metal fence to keep the spiders from jumping at us. Basically, the problem that we face is the items and sometimes even the XP wants to stay down with the spiders. So we needed a spot that would allow us to be close enough to harvest the fruits of the labors. But to do that, we need to place ourselves momentarily at risk of being hit by a spider. So, the same diagonal that gives us the ability to loot is the same diagonal that gives them the ability to counter-strike. Alright, and I do a lot of exploring here and jump back down. I'm surprised I haven't sealed everything off yet. But it looks like I'm starting to seal off the main chamber here. Although this is still just within the specs of the trap itself, or the farm. But eventually I do get appropriately paranoid and close off all the external stuff so that while I'm building stuff, I don't have to worry about random encounters with creepers and skeletons and whatnots. But I don't think I end up doing all that here, given the fact that we do have a nice closed cell already. Yeah, because with the spiders, there's upstairs and all kinds of different which ways. Here, all we got is this. Alright. So now we're going to have to dig down a bit, but first we're going to place that. That just makes it so that the zombies don't spawn on top of the spawner. That's it for this video. I'll see you next video.